Welcome back to Mother Humping Channel. It's that time for the deuce track. Come on, baby. Come on. It's cold. Don't want to come out. Come on. Come on. Oh, man, let's get it started. Whew, the first Mountain Dew of the day, too. You may notice that I have a little bit more clothing on than normal. It's actually pretty nice now, but for us Florida boys, you know, it's a little chillier than normal, which is fine. I am not complaining. So we waited on it to warm up a little bit so we can come out here and get to work. What are we doing? Well, 299, 300, 301, 303. F you, Kyle. Bro, do you even lift 1.7s in this? That's the answer. Made or can. Yeah, I know. You guys knew already just by the title of the freaking video and probably maybe the thumbnail. I don't know. But you already knew what we were doing. We're putting the F303 in the brain. I thought about taking the Lincoln, and here we go. Live by airport, you get airplane noises. What you gonna do? So I was thinking about taking, you know, the LTD, maybe doing some stuff to Trojan, maybe taking it. And in our group text, Pirate put up a post that said, "Where's all the trash talking for Sunday?" And I said, well, ain't nobody racing, so there ain't no use to be talking no trash. I said, unless Kyle wants to give Brain another shot at mashing that Mater can up. And Kyle said, I'm down. So here we go. So is there stuff that I could maybe do to kind of ensure the victory if Kyle doesn't do anything? Maybe, yeah. I mean, you know, I could take the doors off of it, put the light doors on, and some other rigmarole stuff. But that's not that wasn't the whole point of it to begin with, to just go out there and bomb somebody. If I wanted to do that, I would have just took Trojan and just beat his brains out all day long. But that's not any fun, not really. So I don't want to do anything to this to make it like, you know, where I can just ensure a victory. And this will give us the one, you know, a direct comparison, you know, B303, F303. Everything else is going to be the same. Technically speaking, I probably will take some ice with me this time to ice the intake down. That'll help a little bit, you know, stuff like that. We may play with it a little bit more, but for the most part, we'll just do the cam swap and see where we end up. That's the plan, at least. So I gotta get started on it and make sure we got it done by race day. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and start on it. We also had an issue the other day when I was going to work. The high fire box was acting up. I just bypassed it, plugged the factory stuff back in. So I'm not sure what was going on there. I didn't really investigate it any further. So after we do the cam swap, I'm gonna have to kind of take a look at the wiring and see if, I mean, boxes do go bad. So it actually started acting up on the way home from work, from the plant. And then I didn't mess with it. And then when I went to work, back to work a couple days later, it was running like garbage. So I just bypassed it and that cleared it up. So I don't know if there's something maybe in the ignition system that the TFI module, maybe the coil, something's going on somewhere that the box is making it much worse. So who knows? But I have another box that I can put in it to go race this weekend if I have to do that because I do like to have the box so I can use the two-step. So anyway, forgot we got to do that too. All right, guys, this is to show how good we are at working on stuff. We got the mass air off, no big deal. But I was pulling the plug wires off because we're going to take the valve covers off and we're going to pull the plugs out. And as I was pulling spark plug wires, watch the distributor closely. Yeah, are you? Oh my God. I amaze myself at times. I'm going to be perfectly honest. With the chip in the car, the timing's supposed to be at 10 degrees base timing. And then the chip does all the work from there. And I mean, who honestly knows at this point where it was at? I mean, unbelievable. So I probably set it and maybe never retightened it. I don't know how that happened, or it just got loose. No, it's I just finger tightened it. It is mind-boggling that I have anything that runs halfway decent. I mean, it blows my mind. I amaze myself. If I was watching this video, I would be like thinking to myself, that guy's a moron. What a moron. Oh, good Lord have mercy. So anyway, got the throttle body off too, to give us a little bit more working room. That timing deal, unbelievable. I mean, honestly, it's not unbelievable, but it's still pretty unbelievable. Also, for the record, this car is an ex-Florida Highway Patrol car. That's why it's black in here, black in there, and it's got this kind of cream overspray on the inside a little bit. It's an old FHP car. Some of you older guys would remember the Super Trooper, Scott Newberry, powered by Ford Super Trooper car. Naturally aspirated Pro 50 car. Actually won the championship in 92, 93. Naturally aspirated 8.2 deck car with a crazy Hillborn injected, converted EFI. It was nuts. Thing had a stick in it too. I mean, clutchless, but still stick. Super cool car. Car got stolen. It's kind of a little bit of a 5.0 history thing. Car got stolen and cut up and or whatever. So anyway, all right. Now we'll pop our rockers off and get our kind of our tappet tool thing out. I mean, we obviously got to do the other side, but get the push rods and everything out, and then tappet tools go in where the push rods go, and they pull the lifter up, and then you pull the camshaft out. Another thing is that these rockers, I have a lot of shim on them, so I really need shorter push rods. So I have to be careful, which is, to be honest, not really in my job description a whole lot of times. It's in the description, it's just not in the practice of making sure I don't get this, I don't have to re-shim them. So I have to be kind of careful taking them apart. So don't end up in a situation. Realistically, I need some shorter push rods. I think these heads were milled just a hair, but every head gasket, head, push rod, everything's not always perfect. That's why you check, measure. And this particular combination needs a shorter push rod. So, all right, we get the push rods out, and then we'll be ready to go. I hope I don't have to pull the intake. We got this side all taken apart. Here's the beauty of being a disorganized moron. I got the tappet tool deal out. I was going to show you guys tappet tools, and I opened up the box and I went, I bought a set of rocker shims, and I was looking for them a while back for I don't even know what, and I'm like, I have no idea, where did I put those? I know I bought a set. I know I did. I put them in here because I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do a cam swap and I'm gonna do this. I looked high and low for them, couldn't find them. Sitting right here. One day I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna reorganize some of my stuff and to keep things. I say that. We both know I'm not gonna do it. Okay. Here is the tappet tool. It is quite literally a lag bolt with a magnet. Well, powerful little joker too. I mean, it's with a magnet. And you stick it down in there and grab that lifter and you pull it up. And then you lock it down with this. With the wing nut. Oh my gosh. I don't know how this is gonna work. If I gotta pull the intake off, it ain't no big thing. I'm gonna try it. Let's see if I can. This is the crazy part is I don't know, it doesn't feel like it's pulling it up. Not any instructions. Wait a minute, maybe there are some instructions. Oh, there are instructions. Holy crap. I mean, I bet it says something about you gotta roll the. Thank you for purchasing an AFM product. Thank you for purchasing an AFM product. Tap tool is very easy to use, work most hydraulic solder, blah, 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 blah. Remove off the upper intake. Whoa, valve cover push rods. Take the magnet rods and screw the wing nuts to the top start with. Slide them in the push rod holes till you feel them catch the tappet. Hold the wing nut and turn the rod slowly while moving it up and down till there is no movement. If you go too far, you will lose the tappet and have to start over. When you've done this to all 16 magnet rods, double check yourself, make sure you have them all pulled up and have not lost the tappet. You are ready to change cams. After you have changed cams, just pull the magnet rod on the magnet rods to break loose the tappet. You're ready to reassemble. That. I mean, I see why you got to take the upper intake off if you've got a long runner. Hold the wing nut and turn the rod slowly while moving it up and down. That, I'm not sure how that's gonna work out. We may have to pull the intake off, which again, whatever. Got the front side stuff off. So, how to put the house puller on. Got everything loose. Don't forget, we've got a broken bolt. So that might hinder us getting things apart. Got it off, but bam, timing cover's cracked. Well, broken. Let's just call it like that. So, not the end of the world, obviously, because we've got another one laying in there, so we just gotta get a water pump gasket and swap the water pump over, yada yada yada. But still, now hopefully we can get the bolt out. Okay, good news is the bolt is loose and we can get that out. That's awesome. I mean, we sacrificed the timing cover for it, but whatever. The bad news, I gotta be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the tappet tool thing. People have used them. I guess they work fine. I also want you guys to know that Dirty Steve is the guy that installed this camshaft. My buddy had some dude that did work for him because he was too lazy to do it himself. The mechanic that did it, he called him Dirty Steve. So you can be rest assured that his quality of work, come on, there we go, was not up to the standards of TOON restorations. So anyway, I think we got another timing chain. The one off of Pro Stock might be got a little bit more tension on it. The big thing is having your distributor tightened down. That's really a big thing as far as how your timing works. You should really have that tight. So anyway, just a tip. TOON tip. Just when you thought they'd gone away, they're back. Also, having a nice old pair of drawers out here to work on your stuff, wipe your hands off. It's good too. Okay, now what are we gonna do? I think we need to pull the intake off. I'm gonna mess with the tappet tool for a second, see if I can make something happen, but I'm not a huge fan. Okay, I think we're making some progress on this. It's very tedious. So I go ahead and start with the wing nut run down just to cut down on the amount of turning. Then still got a little bit to go. You can also, with the timing chain and stuff off, you can also roll the cam around and get a feel for it. Oh, went too far. So I won't bore you with the particulars, but I will say this: if we end up dropping a lifter down in, dang it, if we end up dropping a lifter down in the oil pan, I'm not going to be happy. I'm going to be very aggravated. So this is a tool. This is a precision tool. So it is definitely not in my wheelhouse. It's the moment of truth. I've got them all in, everything, double checked them, everything. We'll see how it works. I'm just going to time lapse it. If something goes bad, you'll know about it. Okay, this is my third attempt at the outro. I get talking about cams. It gets long-winded, so no one wants to hear me talk about camshafts or my opinions on it. So anyway, we're going to wrap this one up. It's already gotten kind of long. Tappet tools. I'm a fan. F303. I'm definitely a fan of F303. I really like it in an EFI combo. I think it's a really good cam for an EFI combo, especially if you can find one pretty cheap. So that's probably my favorite motorsport cam. I mean, I've only had a couple. I've had an E and a B, and I've had an F. I've never had a Z, whatever. So I've had an X. This F cam, I really like the way it runs. It's a pretty good cam. I think an EFI car is really good, and I wouldn't say it's a bad cam in a in a carbureted car either. So anyway, I'm curious to see how it's going to run. We've ran the B cam so many times in this car. I mean, I've made so many passes in this car. I've made, I don't know, 300, 250, something like, I don't know. I've made a bunch. We kind of know what the car runs, so we'll kind of be able to tell if the cam really did anything. If the mile an hour goes up, if the ET or the 60-foot drops a lot. I mean, the HOGAN did not run as the Hogan GT40, did not run as good as the System Axe. In my opinion, it lost a touch of mile an hour. The DAs are kind of close, and it lost a touch of bottom end. I mean, you don't notice it on the street. I can't tell the difference. You know, I couldn't tell the difference, and I drive it every day. But you can see it on the time slip. So I'll be curious if it picks some of that back up. Maybe it unleashes the Hogan a little bit. I don't know. Maybe we'll turn it up a little bit. I don't know. We'll try. We'll make a few passes. At the end of the day, we'll see what we got. So anyway, thanks for commenting. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all the ways you guys support the channel. We couldn't do it without you, and honestly, we wouldn't want to. I mean, I worked on cars for 100 years before I ever thought about doing a YouTube channel, and at times it can be extremely frustrating. But also, at the same time, it can be extremely rewarding just through some of the people that I've met and friends that I've made. And it's not about you guys sending me stuff or even the little bit of money that I make off of YouTube. It isn't really about any of that. It's because I went for years. You guys know I went for years without being monetized. But it is rewarding in the simple fact of some of the people I've met and just having some fun with friends and documenting it so we can look back on it. And, you know, so anyway, but if it wasn't for you guys, there's a good chance I wouldn't make it. I used to just let Kevin do all the filming. I mean, he just did stuff for Street Fire. If you guys remember old streetfire.net, Kevin did stuff on Street Fire. I didn't have any interest in filming or doing any of that nonsense. I was just like, yeah, man, you do whatever. I don't care. I don't want to be in none of that. So anyway, again, couldn't and wouldn't do it without you. Oh, crap, dogs. But especially, thanks for watching and putting up with me. And until next time on Substandard Leader and Fox Body videos on this here man's, substandard ones, on this here man's YouTube. 1 year, high-rise intake, 5-speed, 5.0 Lincoln Town cars, 4 drag vans, proud owner, proprietor, painter, dishwasher, and sous chef of Club Big Boost. And as always, fighting a good fight against some zombie Mustangs and that rascal Dr. Fear. We'll see you guys in the next video, which will be us working on Camshaft. But we're going to finish it and drive it.